Greetings and salutations, I'm Big Brother. I never gave you guys a haul video of what I got from the 2-day doll auction, so I'm going to show you what I got and take my pictures and lists. So there's going to be a lot of editing through here, just next, and this is what I got for this amount, and then I'll take my pictures and put it up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so one of the first things that I got is probably day 2, I think. It was part of the cleanup crew, you know. Stick around late and buy shit cheap. Of course, that wasn't happening because there were some newbies there and they were running the prices up. They didn't quite understand that you could get the stuff cheaper than what they were buying them for. So I had to pay up a little bit. That's okay. I have here a ceramic tea set. It's got the pitcher and the lid, the creamer and the lid, and the sugar bowl, and the lid. Here's the creamer. Nice little rose pattern on it, and there seems to be some kind of wavy ivy that goes all the way around it. The cups are pretty well done. The plates are contoured as well. But it's 2 cups, 2 saucers, sugar, creamer, and tea with tray is ceramic. Paid $10 for it. Shouldn't have paid that much for it. But I made a lot of mistakes at this last auction. I was upset and I was angry buying, which is something you don't want to do. But you know, I'll go. To me, that's a $40 set. Nice contours, nice patterns. It's a complete matching set. Really fragile, nice. So you know, it's $39.95. That's what I'm gonna sell it for. I paid $10 for that whole thing. Okay. Next, one of the other things I paid for was a Steiff tiger. Yeah, I paid $15 for it, which is too much to pay for at an auction, especially one in this condition. He's missing his ear tag. All Steiffs have an ear tag. It says Steiff. Well, I know the old ones do. I don't know, but the new ones might just be tagged in regular places. The stitching's not that good on the back. He's starting to separate. And one of his feet's loose because they're all stitched together. Every paw is stitched on, tail stitched on, ears are stitched onto the head. That's kind of a Steiff quality. If you don't know what Steiff is, it's Steiff. Go look it up. Steiff animals, Steiff stuffed animals. They're not really plush. But, yeah, go look them up. Go look at sold comps on some of them. They can get pretty pricey. Anyway, I paid up for this. And, yeah, this is going in my haul of cats. So, there's my little Steiff kitty. Well, it's a tiger, but he's a kitty. So, he goes back here on my haul of cats. My shelf of cats, I don't know. Alright, while it's in range, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up for you guys to look at. These are cloth dolls. They're called cloth dolls because they're filled with cloth. Plain and simple. But I've got Aunt Jemima. Oops, this way. Aunt Jemima. Matching Uncle Moses. Okay. And I gotta read them. I've got Little Wade. And I've got Diana. Now this is the whole set. You see they're doing stuff behind their backs there because they're kids. But yeah, this is a complete set. There aren't really any comps for it, but I know what I can get for this Aunt Jemima stuff. I've sold it before. Before cancel culture got a hold of Aunt Jemima, I was selling vintage items, and then cancel culture happened, and I sold all my Aunt Jemima items. So, excuse me. Yeah, these are good. I should be able to get $50 for all these. Somebody told me I should get more for them, but I'm not going to be overly greedy. Let's see, I paid, just a minute, I'll tell you what I paid. 4 cloth dolls, paid $10 for all 4 of those dolls. There you go. I made mistakes at this last auction. I don't want to ever see anybody doing what I did. I was mad. Like I said, I did a lot of angry buying. I paid for things that I had no business paying for. I paid up. It was the only way to get some items, like these. I shouldn't have paid $10 for them. These were at the end. You know, people starting the bidding off at 10 that I've never seen before, that definitely act new to an auction. So, yep. So there's that. I got this flat. Here's a little G.I. Joe thing. Paid $1 for it, which is like 90 cents too much. But, you know, whatever. Here's a old Valentine Day. I wouldn't call it a greeting card. To say, oh, would some power inspire this line to win for you my Valentine? So maybe it is a Valentine's. It's one of those fold-out things. This is just a mixed bag of stuff. I did pretty good. You know, ephemera. Here's a manual, I guess, for Sweet Sue, Tiny Tears, and Toddlers. It's not really a manual, it's an advertisement that would go in with the doll to alert you of what's coming out next. I'm not going to sell these a piece. I'll probably lot this stuff up according to subject matter, because I got different subject matters in here. Here is a bunch of trade cards. These can be valuable. Some. Let's see what we got. What are trade cards? They're advertisements. Pictures on one side and advertisements on the other. They're old. Let's see. $12 in each one. Worcestershire Salt Company. So it's a little doll. And on the back is the advertisement for Worcestershire Salt Company. Spool cotton is the best for hand and sewing machine. Another little paper thing. There's the advertisement for Spool. Barber's Irish Flax Threads. So there's a little paper deal. And here's another Worcestershire Salt Company like the other. This one's kind of, oh, okay, this is 2 separate ones. Lion Coffee. Lion Coffee's common. Most of the Lion Coffee ones lived throughout the years because, I don't know, I have no idea, but I see line coffee more than most. Here's another doll one, and this one is Diamond Dyes. And McLaughlin's coffee. This is a big doll, and she stood up. $16 in the set. From Kerdner Hayes in Buffalo, New York is who printed them. But this one's rather odd. Stand up chicken. For who? Darn it. New Orleans Coffee Company. So, yeah. Stand up. So I could lot these up. Trade cards, I don't know. $10 for that whole thing. 7, it's more like it. You know, if you get a bunch of them. Ooh, let's not crease her head. If you get a bunch of them together, you know, 50 or more, you can ask bigger prices. You can, at that point, start charging $1 a card. Put them out there for 30 to 50 bucks. It also depends on what they are. Sewing threads and stuff like that, I don't see those. So maybe those are worth more. I'll have to do the proper research and comps. Comps first. If the comps don't tell me they're not selling enough, I'm not going to bother to research them. Here's another Tiny Tears. How to take care of your doll. Tiny Tears. I'll put that with the other thing for Tiny Tears. $19.91 Hallmark cards. Paper doll stickers. And these are in here for some reason. Ooh! And all falling out. Uh-oh. I might have messed up here. These are paper dolls. Oh, more trade cards. Awesome. Swiss Chinese. What? Swiss on a Chinese doll. Irish flax. With a very patriotic dress there. Yeah, Irish flax threads. Very, very vintagey paper dolls. Vintage paper dolls. Could be worth money. 1940. Okay. Number 3, insert this into slots of number 2. Different dolls, international dolls, it appears. Japanese, Russian, Swiss. Little girl and her doggy. There. Turn towards the light. Don't go into the light. Okay. Let's put these back so I don't damage them further. Whoa. Okay, well. That's why they fell out. What we got here? McLaughlin's coffee. Sideline similar to the skirt for the main figure. Okay. So, got a bunch of paper dolls. Probably gonna just leave them in the gizmo that they're in. And we'll go from there. What the hell is this? Oh my goodness. Teeny tiny clown and a teeny tiny Bible. That'll go in a miniatures lot. My God, she's got a lot of these old paper dolls. And there's coffee. Morning Joy coffee, I've never heard of. These are American French dolls, none such New England mincemeat doll. Mincemeat doll. Okay, yeah, so it's just a bunch. I don't want to... She collected these paper dolls. And there's quite a few of them in here. They're definitely vintage. I'll look into them further. What the heck is this? Seem to have vintage greeting cards. That's cool. So, what did I pay for this flat? Paid $10 for this flat. There's lots of vintage paper dolls that I have here from various advertisers, plus the ones that I showed you, the trade cards, because they're all trade cards. I probably sell a whole lot of them for, I don't know, $30. There's enough here I can actually charge a decent amount. Like I said before, if you only had like, I don't know, a dozen of them or so, they're really not worth selling like that. Get like $6, $7. You know, if you only got a quarter into it, that sounds great. But yeah, I'm here to make a little bit of money. Here's a Jello advertisement. Harper's Bazaar. There's a little doll-sized magazine. Put that over here. Anyway, I got this whole flat of paper dolls. They're old. At least, well, some of them talk about war, so I assume that's World War II. I rarely get stuff that talk about the war from World War I. For $20, I got 4 puzzles. So I thought. 2 of them are sealed, so those are going to be $20 each. So I'll double my money with those. The other one is open. I'm probably going to donate it. Yeah, so this turned out to be a whole big box of ephemera. Had no idea I was paying for it. I'm glad I did. This is a really nice piece right here. This is a 1901 2-year calendar. It's beautiful. I've already looked at comps. This one thing could probably net me about, well, $20. Maybe not quite $20, $17.95, something like that. I've already gone through the box. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Or maybe I'll bore you with the details later. Just save it for later. But there's a lot of Indians in here. I'm not going to say Native Americans. They're not Native Americans. They're Indians. Indians is a term of respect if you know anything about your history. Here's postcard, General Washington. A lot of them are just cards. I got some more trade cards in here. Some doll. See this stuff right? This. For gratuitous Jane's paper dolls for gratuitous distribution. And it talks about tonic. They're advertising pamphlets that would be handed out, you know. Here's one for Red Riding Hood. There's some things in here. I've come across a leather postcard with Indian on it. The back says postcard. I thought this might be worth something. I've never come across something like this before. Looked up the comps. Nah, it's not worth anything. So, you know, we're talking like $2, $3. Competition for leather cards is fierce. And a bunch of idiots on there driving everybody else's prices down, so. Okay, so for everything you see on the table here, I paid $10 for. A bunch of miniature tea sets. I've put them all together as best as I can. Trying to put the lids on the teapots and made sure there's at least 2 cups, if not 2 cups and 2 saucers, which there isn't here, and a sugar and a creamer. This little set here, pretty poor quality. Yeah, see, it's not really worth that much. Wouldn't ask more than $5 for that set. Now, mind you, I paid $10 for everything here. The set on the right is made in occupied Japan. Everything's there. 2 cups, sugar creamer, platter, and the teacup with its lid. It's very important that the teacups have their lids if you want to sell this stuff. Well, if you want to sell it decently. The set here, same deal, only it's not made in occupied Japan, it's just made in Japan. But, you know, it's got the gold, it's pretty, it's got a little rose pattern. Probably asked $10 for it. Back here, just cups with saucers, 1 blue, 1 not. They both have the same pattern on them, so they're obviously meant to go together. Those are higher quality pieces. I'd say those are like low to mid-range pieces. You can just tell by after dealing with it for so long. You know, those 2 pieces there, $4.95. That's what I'm going to hit them up for. These pieces back here, I'm not sure. They seem poor quality. They got the gold leafing on them. They mimic real pieces. Look at that. Somebody tried to sell the 3-pair set for $50 in their booth or boutique. I just don't see it. Maybe this is something I need to be aware of. They tried to get that, or I don't know. Like I said, you know, I got $10 into everything, so I'll probably just try and sell those for, I don't know, $4.95. Sounds good to me. You know, if it's something special that I'm missing, then okay, I'm willing to deal with that. If I sell them for $5, that's half of everything I got into everything. So, you know, couple of brass candles. Still got some. They had the candles in them, but they were broken, so I took them out. Those I'll probably throw into a miniature lot, honestly. Here's some Japanese pieces. They're not great quality. I'd say these are probably 70s or maybe even early 80s pieces. Yeah, you see, you got the Japan on them. I got the two plates and the saucers. They've got their, I think that might be a signature. I'm not sure. But, you know, that's $7.95. Japan. Means quality. Here is a made in China piece. It's a glass. It's hard to see. I will be putting down a black cloth under this when I want to take a picture of it, so it will show up. But it's, yeah, it's glued on. It's not going to fall. Yep, that's what that is. $4.95. It's tinted glass piece. These things don't go for much. Let's see. I was mildly amused when I come across this set. It's all there with the saucers. It's Santa Claus. on the miniature tea set. $14.95. No best offer. And hopefully get it sold before Christmas. And then there's a bunch of leftovers. I wasn't sure. There's some lids. They don't match anything. I'm going to keep the lids. Those are for me for when I do buy sets. And if they match up to a tea set, then that helps. This is a glass something. I don't know. It's probably just going to be put into a random lot. I thought this was cute. Miniature. I love dolls. I haven't comped it. I haven't looked for it. But if I were to sell, I'm not sure if I want to sell this on its own or not. But if I were, I wouldn't ask more than $4 for it. 4 or 5. Little EB thing. Here, this is made of completely metal. It's got a slot in the side, like you'd put a card on there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's not big enough to hold a lot of cards, so it might be like a thank you card or an I love you card or something like that. But yeah, that's heavy. That's all metal. Here is a miniature Limoges. As you can see, it says Limoges. Now, something that says Limoges on the back doesn't necessarily mean it's actually real Limoges. It has to be made in the area of France that's called Limoges in order for it to be Limoges. But there's so many out there that are made like on the outskirts of Limoges. I'll just list it as Limoges because it says so on the back. That piece, that one plate there, $15. Yeah, it's the power of Limoges. And then I've got some, this doesn't match anything, but there's some writing here on the back. It says 1973 on it. I'm not sure. Probably just go in a random lot. And here's a hand-painted piece. It's pretty neat. Covered bridge, winter scene. It's just small. Dated 1981 there, and I don't know, Esther. I don't know. But the main reason I bought everything, in that thing was this. This is a home run. This is Copeland. Let me just break it off. Okay, turn it right side up so people can see it. Spode, Copeland, China, England. I've gone over it with a fine-tooth comb. I have the teacup, I have the sugar bowl, I have the creamer, and I have one saucer. One teacup and one saucer. Full set would be 2 teacups and 2 saucers. Copeland is high quality stuff. They even put their mark on the lids. If you ever come across Copeland, it's beautiful work. Are you ready for the part where you choke on it here? Just a teacup and saucer. Has sold comes on eBay for $60. This exact same pattern, as a matter of fact. So just a teacup and saucer, $50. But I just happen to have the bigger pieces, and they are perfect. They are flawless. No cracks. You're not going to get crazy on bone china. So I'm sitting here looking at what people are asking for their sets, and we're talking $200, $300, $400. When you do tea sets, this is a 7-piece set. You always count the saucer and the teacup as 2. That would be 3, 4, 5, and the lids. 6, 7. Just like you would with cookware. Yeah, so like I said, I got $10 into everything. I'm looking to list this at I really haven't made up my mind. I'm not really willing to hold on to it. If I can flip it fast for like $150, $160, which I think is the low end of what I'd flip it for, I'd do it. And that would that miniature tea set there, and it is miniature. Ouch. Just ouch, because my hand's cramping up. Here it is. Just so you realize there, 1.5 inches tall. And with the handle, 3 inches long. So, yeah. This would be a priority ship, of course. Utmost care, taking care of it, as I do with all of them, regardless if they're cheap or not. That's just how I do things. Yeah, so there it is. This one tea set has the potential of paying for everything I paid for that day and part of the first day. So, yeah. Plus, I'm looking at 15 for that, because 'tis the season, fa la la. So let's say I get 175 for this set. 175, 190, 195, 210, 225. This is going to get loaded up with stuff. 235, 240. 250, 255, and this 255 would be 270, and I'm keeping the rest of that stuff there. So I'm looking at maybe $270 profit. Now some of this stuff is going to sit. Made in Occupy Japan, probably sell within a month. And that piece is nice quality, so that'd probably sell within a month. This other stuff here would probably sit for a little while. Yeah, so let's just say 250 for $10. Not bad, huh? Why do I do miniatures? Now you know. Alright, thanks guys. Okay, real quick, I said the sold comps on the teacup and saucer were $60. That's wrong. Sold comps on the teacup and saucer are between $20 and $30. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to attempt to sell the set for $175 or best offer. Alright, so, everybody be profitable. And ta-ta for now.